Welcome to the first session in our Python hacking beginner level course. Now in this particular course, the first topic that we would be covering is the reverse cipher. Now we need to first understand what do you mean by reverse cipher. It basically is encrypting any message by printing it in a reverse order. So for example, if we say suppose hello world, it should be printed as in a total reverse order. So DLROW space OLLEH. That is how it should be basically printed. Okay, so to decrypt or to get the original message, you simply reverse the encrypted message. Again, you will get it in a decrypted form, right? So encryption and decryption steps are the same. But now we will see one particular code for a reverse cipher program, and then we will see what all things could be done in a reverse cipher program that we would be creating. So first thing what we will do is, let's just remove this. Now basically we are into Python IDLE, okay, which is basically an interface wherein you can type the programs. If you want to save it, you can create it in a new file, type the whole program, save it, and you will run the particular program which will give you the total output. So over here we will start with say a variable message that's equal to, in single quotes, we give say this is Python hacking session 1. We are doing reverse cipher. This basically we want to reverse it. So we are putting this text, whatever text you want to make it in a reverse order in a variable named message. Then we say here, say translated is equal to, again open close bracket. Then we say I is equal to, we use the length method, and here we put the variable that we have created. Minus, we put it 1 because it should go till the length minus 1, that is the last character of your message, because here it starts with the index of 0. Then we say while I is more than equal to 0 colon, here you start the particular while loop. So we'll move here and we'll say translated, that is the variable that we have. Now that variable is equal to translated plus the value of message at the index of I. Okay, and then we say I equals to I minus 1. Now after this we come to the next line and we say print the value of translated. Okay, now let us first save this. So for saving it, we'll go to file, say save. Let us save it in E drive Python hacking beginner, and here we will give say demo1.py as the extensions for Python files. Okay, and then you can simply press F5 key if you want to run, or you can go here and here also you can say run module. So once you say run module, you can see whatever text we have written, everything is coming in a total reverse way. Okay, now suppose you want to decrypt the text that we have already encrypted. So over here what we will do is, we will copy down this text. Okay, say right click, copy. Okay, then we will go back to our program, and over here now in this message, okay, in this line we will paste it. Okay, now let's save this again and let us run the module again. So again, this is how we have encrypted or decrypted it. Okay, so in the first program we have encrypted that. In the same program, just copy pasting the encrypted one in the message one, we have decrypted it. Okay, so in this basically way we are making a short of a thing like we are hacking using Python by encrypting it and again by decrypting it. Okay, so now let's go to the program back here and let's understand what have we done this. Over here in the first one, that is we have the message variable. So whatever text you want to encrypt or you want to decrypt as a new string, we have placed it inside a message variable, and the translated variable is where our program is basically going to store the reverse string, right? So at the start of the program, the translated variable over here is blank. So it is having no string. It is just 2 single quote marks and not double quote. So you don't mean that this is a double quote. It is 2 single quotation marks. Now, to find the length of a particular string, we have used here the len method, which is basically used for assignment statement storing a value in the variable I. And that value is nothing but the length of the variable message. So the expression that is evaluated and stored in the variable length message -1. The first part of this is a function, that is length function, and which accepts a string argument, just like we have this print, which is accepting a message argument into it. Okay. So when we create this particular variable, we get the integer value of how many characters are there in a particular string. That is, for us, it is in the message variable. Okay. Now we can also use this length function in a very interactive shell, for example. Now let's just go here to the shell here and we write down just length and we say hello, for example. We get there the length as 5. We say, suppose length, just open close bracket. We don't give any text in between. So we get their length as 0. Or we say a variable, say spam is equal to al. Okay. Then we say len is equal to the variable spam. Okay. We get the length as 2. Or we say in length variable, we open double quotes, we say hello, 1 text, let's give here a comma. Then we add there a space, we concatenate there with the variable world. Okay, and we close it. So here we get the length as 13. Okay, so from this particular return value, we know that the particular string that we have given in the bracket is having how many characters in it. Okay, a blank string will have a 0 character. So if we store any value apart from a blank value, you will get exactly how many length you are storing in a particular given string in that your function of length that we are using. So after this particular function that we have used, the next thing we run is we run a while loop here. Okay. So over here we have given an instruction to Python that a while loop or a while statement is basically made up of 4 parts. You can say the first is the while keyword that we have. Then we have the condition, that is I is more than equal to 0. Then we have a colon symbol after that and the block of code which will execute if the while condition is true. That is, you will pass the value of, okay, so here a condition is basically nothing but an expression which is used in your while statements, and the block of code in the while statement will execute as long as the condition becomes true. So to understand while loops, we will need to first learn about booleans, comparison operators and blocks. So coming to the boolean data type, basically boolean has only 2 values, either a true or a false. Now these boolean values or the bools we call are case sensitive. So you always need to capitalize the T or F while leaving the rest in the lowercase. So they are not string values, so you don't put quotes around the true or the false value. Okay. Now, for example, if you want to try out something, we can say, for example, spam is equal to true. Okay. Now, if you want to print the value of spam, you will get the value true. Or if you say spam is equal to false, again you print the value of spam. Now you get the value as false. Right. So like a value of any other data type, bools can be also stored in the variables.